Should we start?
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
I know, I'm nervous. Hi!
Welcome back to the new and improved Mindfully Climbing.
We're no longer a podcast.
We're a video cast now.
Yeah. We're a TV show.
show.
Welcome to season 1, episode 1.
I'm Laura.
I'm Tiffany, and we're still mindfully climbing.
Welcome back to Mindfully Climbing, the podcast about all things
wellness, worthiness, and
womanness. I'm your host, Laura.
And I'm Tiffany. This is Mindfully Climbing. I think we ended the podcast because it was really hard staying consistent. I think you were a little better at that than I was, but
I also didn't have as much going on as you did. Now I definitely have more going on. Like, I think now I have hobbies now, so.
Yeah, since I started like my full-time job in my career, like I'm constantly talking about more serious things, and like that's what I do for 40 hours a week. And when we first started mindfully climbing, you weren't a mom. Wait, where are you?
I was, but Hazel was born like 2 months before.
Yeah, you were like a new mom.
Yeah.
You hadn't bought a house yet though. You still lived in Minnesota at the time. And yeah, I was still in college and didn't have as many responsibilities like work-wise. I think it was more low stakes. And so I think it was easier to talk about serious topics, and then the last 3 years went on, and I won't speak for you, but for me it's been not easy to be productive, and like having to do big like capstone projects, trying to get a job, trying to afford to live. Like my fucking laptop broke. That's what started it all. That's when like the downfall happened of mindfully climbing, because
I was recording for a little bit like by myself, but making like 45-minute hour-long episodes by yourself when you're not doing anything, like you're just sitting in front of a camera and talking for that long is like no.
So that's what really set it off for me. It was like I didn't have a laptop, so you were doing it by yourself, and then when I tried to get back in the swing of it, I was already like so much stuff had changed in my life. And so now Laura moves here, but things are still different, and we were talking and I was like, I just feel like it would be really fun to do videos. And we got to talking about like what we want to do with our lives, what like we want to find financial freedom from, and being creative was both of our answers. So like, well, I think we should stop putting pressure on ourselves to make podcasts that we obviously aren't as enjoying as much as we used to, and start doing like more fun things and videoing it.
And the thing about this is that like we both have, like, as long as we've like been friends, it's always like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. And this is like an outlet where we're able to like try all of these different things that we've always wanted to do. Like, write music and learn an instrument and whatever, you know, things like that. And I think part of it too is like, sometimes the way society is you're like, oh, you have to like find one thing that you like and like stick to it and blah blah blah. But that's just not how either of us work. So then this is like an excuse basically to like do all of these different things that we have like taken an interest to, and then not feel bad when we don't want to do it after.
You know what I'm thinking about? Because like we both started YouTube channels, and then like we did mindfully climbing too, and so now I'm thinking that mindfully climbing, the podcast, was like one of those phases, like one of those hobbies, and now it's moved on to video. What better way to start our channel than talking about the new year?
Exactly, especially because it is the new year, right?
Okay, so today we're going to be ranking New Year's resolutions of 2024.
Yep. So when I was looking them up, I went on Reddit for like some more obscure ones, just to see like what was out there, because they have a whole subreddit on like New Year's resolutions. So,
and I found survey results of the top New Year's resolutions for 2024.
These aren't that crazy, but it's just like I would not necessarily just think of this. So
like it's very specific to them. The number one answer on this survey was to save more money.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking generic.
Yeah.
I feel that, but I like live paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, and I was thinking like, how are we gonna rank these by like the vibe or like
How easy it would be to apply our own,
yeah,
apply to our own life.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty. I feel like that's definitely really common.
yeah.
Okay. So the first one that I found was this person decided to do what they called OMAD,
What?
which is the acronym for 1 meal a day. So they're only going to eat
What?
1 meal per day, basically as like an intermittent fasting thing, but for the entirety of 2024.
But like, wait, I have so many questions. Like, are they eating a normal meal of like 300 to 500 calories, or is it like one meal that's like 2,500 calories?
I would assume they're just going to eat until they're full, right? And then
Okay.
I wouldn't be able to do that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Creativity, 1,000 points. Okay.
And for 365 days too. Like that's a lot.
I wonder if they're gonna post if they make it.
If they
I
stick
feel like
to
that's
it.
pretty unsustainable.
Yeah,
Like-
right? Unless you've been like practicing intermittent fasting up until then.
And no snacks.
Yeah. Because they're fasting
Why?
for the rest of the
what
day.
they say their reason was? For fun?
They
the
said they were gonna
challenge?
do it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I don't even know how to rank that. I would. And I also don't know what's to come, bro. Like. I'm gonna put that, for me, I feel like that's a good, like, B tier. Like, a solid challenge, a little bit unrealistic.
I'm gonna be honest with you because I know what else is on the list. I would put that one at like D.
Okay, D it is. Okay, oh, and the money, saving
Oh.
money,
I honestly, I'll put that at D too because
Yeah.
I can't save money right
How
now.
about-
I just don't. Like,
instead of saving money, we make more money. I
Then
don't want to
you
be
can
broke.
save it.
Yeah. Okay, 2 D's in a row. We got the double D Duckers.
we're back.
The camera died.
Well, no, it didn't die. It got too hot.
Oh, yeah. Overheated.
And then Tiffany had some shit she had to do. So now we're back at it.
Okay, so the next one on the list is to exercise more, which is too vague.
Yeah.
But it's coming from a survey, so
Right, because I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, in the new year, I'm gonna exercise.
yeah,
more, you know?
yeah, right? Or like be more
But there's no
fit.
there's no like quantity to it.
Yeah, and I guess that's like part of the problem with my half of the research, but
Well, yeah.
I think it's
It's-
boring.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's too boring. And it's so basic. Like, I would much rather have like an active lifestyle and like do things that are fun
Yeah,
than like
cause it means like gym probably.
probably, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is
And-
like not that fun.
I hate the gym. I'm sorry. If I have something to train for, I feel
Right.
like I would like it more, but I've never done that in my adult life.
Right, just like
Yes. More to come, but yeah, it's
so F.
a solid F.
Yeah, it's definitely
Eh.
F. The next one that I have is listen to one new album a day. Which I think would be really fun to incorporate in my own life, just not a day, because some albums are super
Yeah,
long.
it's a little
It's pretty
minus
ambitious.
points for extremism, but
Right. But it's really cool, and it's something that is achievable. Maybe if you like lessened it to like one a week
yeah,
for like everybody.
yeah,
Like anybody could do that.
yeah, across genres too.
Right. Like
'Cause you-
everybody likes music.
Yeah, it's like reading a bunch of different books. Like your music
Yeah.
vocabulary has to go up. Like your appreciation for different types of people too.
And I was thinking too, like thinking about incorporating this in my life, especially because we're talking about producing music and like writing music and stuff, and it's always good to pull inspiration from as many different places as you can,
Mhm.
whether it's, you know, the music that I listen to on a daily basis, the music that I find comfortable, or like music that I don't necessarily find comfortable. Like I'm sure there's things lyrically or production wise that I could pull from and be like, oh, I could see this sounding good in a song, or like I like how they
Mhm.
did that.
Yeah, I like this one a lot, and I feel like I should do it. If I did it for 1 month, I feel like it'd be fine. Like every week, or like 2 albums a week, and change the genre like every album. Okay, so I would put that one at S tier.
Yeah, I
think
like
it's
that one a
great.
lot. I think it's super achievable.
And creative.
So, yeah.
Like it can't hurt you
Right.
as a person.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you might find music you don't like, but then you just are honing in more on what you like, so it's not bad.
Yeah.
Your next one.
Okay, so the third most popular New Year's resolution is to eat healthier.
Duh. I
Like
could've
straight
guessed
haters
that
on the
one.
top ones.
You know what we should have done is I should have tried to guess
Oh, what the top?
what all the
most
top
popular
like
ones?
5 or however many you have
Yeah.
were.
Okay, but the next one will surprise you.
Okay.
I think it surprised me.
Okay.
So anyways, to eat healthier, I feel like that's a great goal for America as a whole.
It is, but it's also hard because healthier is so. It's also so vague.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many things that could be healthier.
Yeah, like they could have
eating-
said eat more vegetables.
Right,
Yeah.
or like eat smaller portion sizes. Like within the last year or so, I've gotten so much better
Me
at
too.
because I used to feel so much pressure. Like I'd buy food and I'd be like, I need to finish this because I bought it. But now I don't feel like that because I'm like, why would I stuff myself to the point of uncomfortability?
Yeah, okay, that's funny because I feel like I used to overeat and then be like, ugh, I don't want to do
Right.
anything after. Now I'm so used to always coming home with a takeout box that if I'm super hungry at a restaurant, like I feel bad for finishing it all because I know I'm not gonna get snack on it later.
So you're like, damn, now I don't get a second meal.
yeah, in this economy I need to get 2 meals out of it.
No, for real though, especially here when
I
a
need
lot
my
of food-
leftovers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would put it at like a C.
Yeah, it's like, it's good, we should all do it,
Yeah,
but
but it's just like, you know, I mean, I guess because of the most common resolutions, like we've been saying, lack of creativity. All right, so the next one that I have is to travel more domestically, especially within your own city, which I think is like, and we've talked about this before, like years ago, how you go to a new place and you appreciate all of these things about it because you don't live there. Right? So you're like, oh, this is so cool. This is so cute. Wow, I really love this. But then you go back to your own city and you don't have those feelings at all. When you literally could, because there's so many things are the same city to city. It's just that you're in a new mindset because you're traveling. But you can have that same mindset within your own city. And like, especially like here, San Diego is such a huge city.
it's so big, bro.
You can like you could live here for years and not go everywhere.
I like that one a lot. I feel like when you're on vacation, you don't have to like dedicate 8 hours of your day to work,
Right.
and like you have more time to explore. But I also feel like in our culture in America, you get up, get ready, get your family ready, go to work, come home, sit down, eat in front of a screen, lay on in your bed on your phone, looking at a screen, and then you go to bed, and then you repeat it all. I feel like people would have a better sense of community if instead of getting off of work and going straight home, like if we went out with our friends and like went on a walk in an estuary or whatever.
Right.
I like that one a lot. I'm gonna give it an A. I feel like that's a good one.
Okay. I honestly might put it at E.
E.
Not because of not just like because there's other ones coming. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You said
They'll have
A
more.
though?
Yeah. I really like it. I feel like people would be happier if they spent more time outside and meeting
Okay.
good people around them. That's why I'm
Especially like within your own community.
yeah, but I'm like
Okay.
very people oriented, very like, that's when I've recently realized that exploring new places is like one of the #1 things that I like to do. But listen, and then I realized, because I went to the tide pools the other day and I found starfish for the first time in my whole life. Never seen starfish in the wild. And I was like, I'm in the same place that I've been in, one of my favorite places ever, that I've been going to for years, and I found a new creature, and that was like I was riding that high all day.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I really like new things and like exploring my space. So
I can see that. Okay. I like A. It's good.
okay, I'm curious to see what else is coming. What's Laura's S tier? Okay, the next one really surprised me. It's the 4th most popular New Year's resolution is to spend more time with friends and family.
Oh.
Because another survey I looked at did not include that anywhere in there. And I was like, wow, Like, it's kind of surprising that it's on there, and then at the same time, like, I feel like that should be number one. Like,
yeah, and also I feel like coming from, like, you're making New Year's resolutions after you have all of these holidays. Like, it basically starts with Halloween, right? Where you're spending time with your friends and your family. Thanksgiving, you're spending time with your friends and your family. You're usually spending time with your friends and your family. And then Christmas, New Year's, like, you're usually spending a lot of time with your friends and family. So then it's like, to have that be like, I need to spend more time with my friends and my family.
yeah, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
Like, it just is weird that, like, you spend all this time with them and you're still thinking that that's something you need to do. Unless you're not spending time with them during the holidays.
right.
But,
I feel like there's like a loneliness epidemic, as people say, going on. So,
well, I
it's
think
kind of sad.
yeah.
Like, people are really alone.
I think it probably really started when, like, technology became a super big thing, and then the pandemic just, like, exacerbated it, and then people just never recovered from it.
And economy-wise, like, the
Yeah.
internet is like the only space where you can hang out for free with other people.
Right.
Like, you're not expected to, like, spend money in order to, like, be there.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's pretty good, but, like, personally, I spend I feel like I spend enough time with my friends and family.
Yeah, I think we're really lucky to have, like, a good group of people around us.
So I don't know. I put that one at, like, probably like a D,
Yeah,
because it's good. But
it
it's
is
just
good. Not for us.
yeah. Like, I don't personally feel like I need to do any more.
Your turn.
Okay. So the next one that I have is this person's New Year's resolution was to trust people more,
Interesting.
which I thought was very different.
Yeah.
And they said in terms of, like, close relationships, to trust people more, and then to also just trust people, which I think especially here, people are always like, a lot of people have just, like, think negative things about other people all the time. Like,
Yeah.
this person's gonna do something, like, people are always on guard. So I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, I think it is really interesting. Because on one hand, I'm like, I trust almost everybody when it comes to, like, my personal relationship with them.
Yeah.
Like, I don't, despite what I've been through, I don't assume that people are gonna hurt me, or that their intent is ever to hurt me. Like, I give people the benefit of the doubt too much. But then at the same time, like, I don't trust that, like, America knows what to do with the next election, or, like, I don't trust that people are gonna, like, care for the earth properly.
Right.
So I think that is something I can be better about. Or, like, sometimes I struggle with trusting people's, like, ability to, like, care for themselves. Like, I want to help them, and, like, I want to do it for them, which is something I, like, have noticed in myself throughout the years. So
Yeah.
dang, I feel like it'd be good for everyone's mental health if we trusted each other more.
Yeah.
Maybe not safety wise, but, like,
Yeah, but even if people just weren't shitty, then we wouldn't have to worry about safety wise.
yeah, right.
Because I do get what you're saying. Like, I like, more often than not, give, like, people within my personal relationships the benefit of the doubt. Like, if they do something that is, like, kind of weird, and, like, maybe something I would perceive as to be, like, out of their character, I'd be like, oh, it was just weird. You know, like, it was just something was going on. Like, maybe they're having a bad day or whatever. You know.
Yeah, like, it's easy to find excuses
Like,
for people.
Like, I would never be like, oh, well, they suck now because they did that.
Yeah.
You know, they broke my trust.
Yeah, I don't have, like, I know a lot of people do. They're like, I can never trust people again, or, like, I can't open my heart to people. Like, I think both of us are very, like, open to love and, like, connecting with people in that way. This is weird. It's, like, weird because there's so many different contexts around it. I would give it a C. I feel like there's pros and there's cons. Like, maybe I should try, like, trusting the world. I feel like nihilism wouldn't be so, like, prevalent.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think C's good.
Okay. The next one, kind of tied to number 2, is to lose weight.
Oh my god.
I know. That's like, I was mind blown that it wasn't number 1. Like, I feel like it's everyone's. Like, you just assume that people want to, the skinny people, fat people, like, everybody just wants to lose weight in America. Like,
literally.
Yeah. So,
F.
Yeah, it's an F. It's an F. Like, we're in 2024, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Immediate fail.
Moving on.
Okay, the next one that I have, this person this person has had this resolution for over 20 years. Since they were
Like they fail it every year? Or
Yes.
Okay.
They've had it since they were like in their early 20s, they said. And so they're older now, like in their 40s. They've had this
Zillion.
resolution. All right? It is to kiss a girl for the first time.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn! S. It's an S. Do it! Why are you so scared?
I know. I was like, that's crazy. When I saw that one, I was like, I have to put this in here.
Oh
because
my god.
Yeah.
Come out, it's 2024. Yeah, so just like the last one, like fat phobia out, gayness in.
Yeah.
Alright, it's 2024. Oh, I hope they do it.
Yeah.
We should try and go back and like
I know.
see.
So yeah, I really like that one.
Yeah.
I think it's a really good resolution, especially if you are somebody who's curious about your sexuality. To like have that as a resolution, it's like not just to like kiss a girl for the first time, but to like just explore your sexuality more.
Yeah.
I think it's really good.
Yeah. Just
So,
like,
I give that an S.
yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
S, superior.
Yep.
Okay, this one, I did not know if it was an immediate F or an immediate S. Like,
Oh,
I
no.
don't know what I don't know why did so many people say it ended up on here. It's to reduce spending on living expenses. Example, food and energy. Like, to me, I'm like, the things that keep us alive. like you want to, it just, like, I wouldn't put it that way. Like, I would be like, oh, you know, reform, like
you can't control
no,
that.
yeah, I was like, what do you mean to like reduce the cost of living?
They're like, maybe the politicians will see this.
No, literally, I'm like, why not like lobby or like advocate to lower the cost of living or something? I don't know. I was like, 26% of people said something like that. That like, I was like, what do you mean you want to eat like no food and keep the lights
One
on
meal
all
a
the
day?
time? That's what all these people are trying to do. But, like, if I kiss a girl, I'll bring in a dual income. If I eat one meal a day, I'll save money on living. Like this one, I was like, it's kind of whack in my head. Like I can't wrap. Like I would want to lower my rent. Which is like
duh, I want to lower my rent, but I'm not in control of that. Like, that can't be a resolution for me.
That's what I'm saying. It's kind of like a system. I thought that was so interesting. I'm like, how do you lower your energy bills? And I guess it's partially is because like I unplug everything and like I always look at things from like an eco-conscious lens. So I'm like trying to consume as little as possible that way. And like I don't like to waste food. So like maybe that's where they're coming from, is to like consume less in excess.
Okay.
But that was the only way I could make sense of it. Cause I put a little graveyard symbol because I was like, you want to die?
Yeah. Yeah, because like, what, you want to be homeless and not eat? That's literally what that means. Like, in this economy, bro, if you want to lower your rent, you gotta move out.
Get rid of your pets, get rid of your kids, get rid of your house.
Like, what? Okay, so I think if we go by your theory of it, just by like being more conscious of like not wasting those things, then I would say it's an S.
S. Okay. I'm gonna give it an S too, just because it's like, it really surprised me. I was like, I don't even know how the fuck this made it on the list.
Yeah,
like,
that's really weird. Alright.
The fact that it's that high, like, it's on the survey means people are really down bad.
Like enough people
are like, I want to live less.
Yeah.
Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I could get being like, oh, I want to spend less on like materialistic things or like things that I don't need.
like shop less.
But
something.
like literally things
food,
that, like,
energy.
necessities.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I want to shampoo less.
Yeah. Okay, so the next one that I have is somebody has had a resolution to not get into a relationship for the whole year of 2024, which I think is a more common one than the other things on this list.
Yes.
And I think too, because like when it comes around holiday times, it's either cuffing season or breaking up season.
Yeah, true.
So then by the time that comes around, you either are, you know, cuffed or you just got broken up with. So you're like, fuck this shit, I'm not gonna get into a relationship for a whole year, you know? I liked that one, but
maybe like a B?
Yeah, I would say like a B. Yeah.
Second to last most popular is to spend less time on social media.
Okay.
And I've been calling this for years. I think social media is not something that will be around forever. Like, I think it will in some capacity, but the way that we use it now, where it's like people's main source of like media or like news, entertainment, connection, like it's dog shit, bro. Like I feel like in 30 years we're gonna look back and be like, wow, I can't believe we spent like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day scrolling on social media when maybe like we'll spend time like knitting with our friends at a campfire or something.
And if you think about it too, like, let's say you spend 4 hours a day on your phone, which for a lot of people is a lot less than what they actually spend on their phone.
Right.
So like, let's say you spend 4 hours on your phone. That means 8 days go by and you spent an entire day on your phone.
It's scary.
Which is crazy. You don't know how quickly it adds up.
I like this one, but I also don't like fuck social media. It's bad for us.
Yeah, I would give it like an A.
Yeah, it's an A.
So the next one that I have is learn to become proactive instead of reactive, which I really like this one. It's not something that I would have thought of on my own. I think it's a very important thing because everybody's just reactive.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people just don't think before.
We all are constantly going to face things that make us irritated or triggered, especially if we're like in a bad headspace that day or chronically. Having the power to control your response to something is crucial. Like I read the Book of Joy and they talked about how like that's basically all they practice is like their response. I think it was either the Dalai Lama or the Archbishop Desmond Tutu, and he was talking about how he looked out the window of a plane he was on and one of the fucking engines blew out and it was just on fire and smoking, and he was like, there's a fire outside. And the guy interviewed was like, how did you not freak out? And he was like, well, what was I gonna do about it? And like, these are people who practice it all the time, every day.
Speaking of that, I literally just saw this on TikTok. There were people flying in an airplane, like it was like an Alaska Airlines flight, and an entire panel with the window ripped off, and everybody was just chill. Nobody was freaking out.
Dude. The oxygen mask was like,
and everybody was just like,
oh my god. And then when they were like going to land, it made it look like they were landing, and then someone came to be like, no one was sitting here, right?
Right.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Everyone was high, bro. It wasn't even an emergency door. Like, it
I know. It was just
the plane.
And the crazy thing is too is that Boeing just released like basically a recall on all their 737s, saying that all the bolts are loose. So every time they take off, they need to be checked. All the bolts on all the 737s.
It's amazing that no one was sitting there in that row.
And I think it was like 10 or 15 minutes after they had taken off, so everybody was still like wearing their seatbelts and stuff. So people would have been fine. But still.
Could you imagine, like, you're just driving and a fucking plane door hits you? Like,
I didn't even think about that.
I was like, did it, like, land on somebody?
Yeah, I did not even think about that.
Like, some squirrel met its fate that day?
Anyways, all those people were fucking
top tier, healthy, like, healthy responses.
Chilling.
So, in that book that I read, they were talking about one of the only proven ways to increase that time between someone punching you in the face and you deciding what you're gonna do next is meditation. And I'm like, dude, no.
Meditation is so hard.
It's really
hard. It's so hard.
I think we should talk about more ways to meditate other than like sitting with your eyes closed, because like he talked about how he would go on walks and like listen to his thoughts as he walked, and I'm like, see, I could get down with that, like quiet, reflective spaces.
And it kind of reminds me of the movie Soul, where people will do things that they really like and really inspires them, and then they get in the zone. And that's basically meditating.
That's
literally what meditating is. So like whatever that is for you, it can be that. But like the stereotypical meditation where you're just like, it's so hard. It's so hard. I don't know if you can answer this question, but do you have to practice it? Like, do you have to? Because in my head, I'm like, do you have to like go? Do I have to like go over situations in my head?
That's what I'm thinking.
Ahead of time.
Like, what's the connection between me sitting in a calm space and me
not reacting immediately?
Quickly? Yeah, it's amazing. I think my rationale is that like we're more connected to our body and the way that we feel. So maybe when like someone punches you, you can feel your body like flushed with those emotions, but
And like not just the one emotion of like, oh my fucking god,
yeah,
I'm gonna
like
punch you
fuck
back.
you.
Yeah.
I think that's a good one. It's really hard though to
Yeah.
be more responsive versus like
Yeah,
reactionary.
I think it's good. I would give it an A, just because I think it is hard, but I think it's important for people to at least think about
Yeah. The last top New Year's resolution is to reduce stress on the job. Like,
it. Okay, I think there's 2 ways I can see this New Year's resolution being a thing.
dude,
One,
they're so vague. We have to like do mental gymnastics to like understand what they're saying.
so the first one is if you are an employer and in charge of people, be like, okay, this year, looking at the productivity that we had last year, what can I do to de-stress my employees and increase their productivity and increase their happiness at work?
Yeah.
Because, a job is a job. Even if you like it, you're not going to like it every day. And then the other thing I could think of is maybe not, like if you're somebody that has a job,
Mhm.
not taking it home with you so much.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking, because I'm like, most people are not managers. Realistically, most people working are like in the service industry, like they're like
Yeah.
minimum wage workers, like maybe like not giving a fuck. I feel like that's like,
Well, yeah,
like,
because
just not caring.
Work only as hard as what you're fucking paid for.
Mhm.
Especially if it's a minimum wage job. And
Yeah.
if you're not like, oh, one day I want to become like a manager of this business. If that's not what you want to do, don't fucking work harder than you should.
No, if they offer to train you in something, ask if they're paying you for that.
Yeah, be like, am I
started
gonna
doing
get
that
a
shit.
raise?
No,
Because-
literally.
yeah.
And they said no, and I was like, don't train me in it then. I'm not
Yeah.
a manager. Like,
Yeah.
I don't get paid to do that shit.
Yeah.
So,
More people need to have that mindset.
yeah.
Because there's so much unpaid work that goes on within like the service industry that people don't even think about. I don't know where I would put that one.
Yeah, I feel like it's people would be better off with less stress.
Yeah.
So
I think B is good.
yeah, I was gonna say B or C. So
Yeah. All right. The next portion of this episode is our predictions for 2024. So I have a list of questions that I wrote for Tiffany, and she doesn't know what they are.
and I have questions for her, and we're gonna come back at the end of the year to see what our success rate was.
Okay. My first question: will Kanye release his album in 2024?
I was literally gonna ask you that. With the election coming up, yeah, I feel like that's
Okay. Okay.
Yes, I think he will release it.
It's a whole year. He has
Yeah.
to.
like by November.
Like if he hasn't made,
Yeah, I feel like he's probably a really big perfectionist. Like that's why he second guesses it, because he like wants to keep adding. But
I can see
that's
that.
my speculation.
And he does make good music. So
Yeah. I
he's
think-
been making music for years, so I'm sure he knows exactly what he wants. Okay.
Yeah, I think he'll be ready sometime. Okay, which movie do you think will win the Best Picture at the Academy Awards?
Listen, I don't watch a lot of movies, but for the sake of women everywhere, I hope it's fucking Barbie.
A lot of people think it will be.
I hope it is. Name 3 artists that you think are going to be topping the Billboard charts this year, like in 2024. Who do you think is going to be topping them charts this year?
Okay. Taylor Swift.
Okay.
The Weeknd, because
Okay.
I just checked, and he's the #1 artist right now again. Which is like, I don't even know if he's come out with new music recently, but
No, I don't
people
think
really
so.
like him. And I'm gonna say Lil Nas X because we were talking about him coming out with his gospel music, and I feel like people will,
I just
for
wanna,
a brief moment, I feel like
Yeah.
he will top the chart.
I
with
just want to
that.
know if it's actually going to be gospel music or if it's all a fucking joke. That's what I want to know. So I want the album to come out because I want to know if he's actually like, I love Jesus, or if it's just a joke.
Can you? Okay, I still feel like if he came out with like an album that was like satirical, that
Yeah.
it will shoot up.
I think so
there.
too, because he hasn't had new music for like what,
Yeah.
2 years?
Ooh. But what if? Because Rihanna's doing the Super Bowl.
You're
What if
right.
Rihanna comes out with music?
Then she'll definitely be topping
Yeah.
the charts. Because she hasn't performed in like 7 years. She hasn't had a new album in years. Yeah.
I I hope Rihanna comes out with new music.
If Drake releases
but-
another album, he'll
yeah,
be on the charts.
dude, he comes out with like an album every 6 months.
I know, and then he always tops the charts.
I know. How many albums will Taylor Swift release in 2024?
3. I think it's gonna be 3.
Really?
Yeah.
That quick with it, bro.
I think it's gonna be 3.
Okay, including like the re-records.
Yeah.
So debut, Reputation, and a new one.
Yeah.
I fucking hope so.
I know. I think it's gonna be a Vault album.
I
That's what
hope
think it's gonna
so.
be.
I've been thinking about that too. I hope it's 4. That's the number that was in my head.
Really?
Yeah.
She does another like sister album, like
Yeah.
fucking Reputation, or not, Evermore and Folklore.
Yeah. Daylight.
Okay. Do you think we'll get any new Supreme Court justices this year?
Bro, we should. They need to go. They're so unethical.
Yeah, a
Okay.
bunch of papers just came out about the one Supreme Court justice. I don't know his name.
I think his name is Thomas.
something like that.
Yeah.
How he like literally was getting like cars bought and paid for, vacations bought and paid for. I was like, damn, that is bad for that shit to be coming out.
Yeah,
he
they're
should immediately step down.
Yeah.
But
No, and then they just stay.
yeah,
Well, the president appoints somebody, right?
yeah, it's the president that picks.
Well, okay. Yes, I think we will. I think we will. I hope we will.
Okay.
I hope we get better ones. Okay. Is 2024 the year of colors or neutrals?
Colors.
So I hope.
The Pantone color of the year is like a peach color.
Yeah, it's like corally.
Like yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a pinkish color. So I think people are veering away from the neutrals. I think we had too many neutrals for too long.
it's so
people,
boring,
yeah.
bro.
and people were like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, now that there's like a TikTok term for it, beige girlies or
Yeah,
whatever. It's
yeah.
very millennial. Like,
It is, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Do you think Taylor Swift will release a new music video this year? Like an actual music, not like a concert tour music video, like because she might come out with like Archer live from the Eras tour, or something,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
an actual like produced music video.
yes. I hope she comes out with one for each album at least, like the re-records.
Me too.
And I hope it's like one that we haven't seen before. Has she done a music video for each re-record?
No, only Red and Speak Now. Fearless didn't get one, and neither did 1989, which I really thought 1989 was gonna
Yeah,
get one,
what the
because-
hell?
And 1989 did so well. Like, it was topping charts for weeks.
Yeah, what the hell?
It's still topping charts. Like, I don't know.
I think she'll come out with a Reputation one just because, like, you need the visuals.
Yeah.
But I hope we get 3, and I hope one of them is 1989. Like, I hope she just,
That would
Does
be
it in
cool.
the past.
That would be cool.
or, you know, retrospectively.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, 3.
3?
Yeah.
Okay.
My hopes are high.
Okay. You gotta manifest it.
Yeah. If you're watching this. Who do you think will win the 2024 Super Bowl? And I put this in here because I know you don't watch football. I was like,
Who's gonna be in it? The Eagles?
I don't think it's set yet. I think playoffs just started.
Yeah. But it's
I
probably
think-
gonna be the Eagles and I don't know, the Eagles are probably gonna win.
Okay. You heard it here first, folks. Update your fantasy footballs.
Keeping on the Taylor Swift grind. Will you see the Eras tour again in 2024 live?
Bro.
It's coming back to North America.
If you guys like and subscribe, you will bring us one step closer to monetizing. And then we can fund this. Dude, I thought about it because I was like, I really want to go to the Paris show.
That's ambitious.
And then she's coming back and she's going to like Miami, which
Miami?
I've never been to Miami.
Indianapolis,
Yep, the Midwest.
which I have family in Indianapolis, and it's only a 10-hour drive from the Twin Cities. And it's in November of next
Do you
year.
think tickets will be cheaper?
Maybe.
If I get a new job and it pays well, I feel like I can make it happen. What if she comes out with a new album and adds it to the tour?
Oh my god.
And like shortens maybe like Evermore and Folklore.
Yeah, because they're really long sets.
Yeah.
Maybe shortens Midnights too. But.
I'm gonna say. I'm like, I wasn't even accounting for this in my whole year plan, but I'm gonna say yes for High Hopes.
Okay.
I see me in Miami. Like I've always wanted to go to Miami. They're gonna go underwater from climate change, so maybe I'll get a really well-paying job, and then I'll take you. I get front row seats. Michael came up with this question. I really like it, and then I'll tell you what his answer is. Which celebrity do you think will ruin their career and get canceled in 2024?
Probably Kanye West. It literally happens to him every single year. Maybe Lil Nas, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they won't get canceled, they'll just ruin it. Like,
Yeah.
Flop. Michael said The Rock.
Wait, why?
I don't know. He's had a flawless record that...
Maybe. No, but he's gonna be in live action Moana, so that can't go wrong.
It can't go wrong. We need that movie.
That's what I'm saying. He'd be so good as live action Maui.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love The Rock, so I really hope he don't...
his career does not flop. I like him. Will you move out of San Diego in 2024, even for a short period of time? Like, will you spend an extended amount of time away, like, out of San Diego in 2024?
This is hard. Because originally, my plan for 2024 was to move to Costa Rica in early August, or like late July, early August. But I'm gonna be like transitioning jobs, Michael's deploying, and like that's just too much all at once. So I think it'd be fun. I'm gonna say yes, because I'm gonna get a remote job that pays really well, and then I'm gonna leave for at least a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
I hope so. Recession or nah?
You mean the one we're already in?
They won't call it that, bro. And I was reading about it and they're like, oh, we're gonna dodge a recession in 2024.
They won't call it that because it's not even a recession. It's just greedflation. It's that like companies aren't losing money. Their profits have gone up like 15%
yeah.
in the last year. Things aren't more expensive because of inflation. Things are just more expensive because they just want to make more money.
So maybe not recession, but revolution.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe instead of celebrities getting canceled,
we should cancel all the politicians.
Yeah. And companies.
Yeah. Speaking of money, will Mindfully Climbing make money in 2024?
Yes. At least 80 cents. I think that's how much you make per like 1,000 views once you monetize.
Okay.
So, will the government save the dairy industry this time?
Yeah.
Or let it die?
No, they will. I asked Derek the same thing, and he was like, yeah, they will. They have. They haven't just done it once. They've done it multiple times, and I think they still will. I think they should just let it die.
Yeah, me too.
It's been dying for like 15 years, and they should just let it die.
Maybe they should invest money in like
healthcare.
Yeah, education, clean energy,
anything else but the fucking military and the dairy industry.
Literally.
Who will be elected president?
Oh wait, what the fuck? I'm pretty sure I had that question too. Oh, I skipped it.
Okay. I think Trump's gonna win.
Oh fuck, bro.
I really do think Trump's gonna win, and I think it mostly has to do with the stuff that's going on in the Middle East.
Yeah. Like, I hope it's somebody else. Like, I hope it's a third party, or like somebody else gets the Democratic nomination. Like the primary.
They're not gonna though, because Biden is president and he's running again, and that's just not how politics in the United States work. I'm not saying that's right, but like that.
It does, yeah.
Like when a president runs again, they're automatically gonna get them.
I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say Kamala Harris.
You think so?
I feel like if they do something, like if something's gonna happen, they're gonna announce that she's running, not Biden.
Not Biden.
Like maybe
they'll
switch.
And then she'll probably get. Oh,
like
I can see that.
Can that happen? Yeah, because he served 2 terms as vice president.
Oh yeah, so he could.
Yeah, so he could. Wait, is there a limit though?
Served 2 terms as VP, could he be it again? I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to look that up.
I could see Kamala Harris running.
Yeah.
And then, especially because I think that would really get a lot of Gen Z voters because she's not white and she's also a woman. Even though, like, you can look at, she says the exact same shit that he does. I didn't think about that. I could see that.
Speaking of, I think that a woman is gonna win Mexico's election.
Really?
For the first time, yeah. I was reading about it, and she's like pulling ahead of everyone.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
My last question is kind of a rough one. Do you think there will be a ceasefire before the genocide is over? Or do you think they'll do what they think they need to, and then there will never be a ceasefire? And they'll just push everybody out or kill everybody?
I think there will be. I think that if they can hold the trial at the international...
I did write this before I found out about South Africa
Yeah.
coming after them.
Yeah. So I hope if they go to court that they will mandate a ceasefire. And hopefully they will have to follow it. But they're like breaking all kinds of international law right now. I hope that Israel's held accountable and all the countries involved, but especially the United States. Yeah, I think that there will be. I hope that there will be. Okay, and the last question I had was, what are your top New Year's resolutions for 2024?
One of my top ones has to be to fail forward when it comes to creating my art. Because that's the problem. Like, I'm in the process right now where it's so hard and I literally know nothing. So I'm like starting from square one at, like, you know, 23 years old, where, you know, it's not normal to like start from square one on anything when you're older and not like,
the universe is like, shut up, you can start whenever you want.
Also, not, like, I found myself, what was I doing the other day? Oh, we were at the beach, right? And for some reason, Hazel was talking to these people. They didn't even have a kid with them. They had like 3 dogs for like 20 minutes. And me and Derek were like sitting 20 feet away. She was talking to this lady, like, seemed totally fine. And then I was like, oh my god, I wonder if like Hazel's bothering her, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like thinking all of these things. And I was like, thinking about it, I never called Hazel over and was like, oh, like, let's maybe leave them alone or whatever. I was like, she can do whatever she wants. And I was thinking about it later, and I was like, why would I even think that? Because she's a grown-ass woman. If she was annoyed by a 3-year-old, she would say something. Instead of me being like, oh my god, is my daughter annoying her, and like worrying about that.
Yeah.
So I want to just like
Trust people?
not necessarily trust people, but
like,
I mean,
to
that's not a bad
advocate
thing.
for themselves?
Yeah.
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 Like, not
Just
that they're
be like, yeah.
safe people, but that, yeah.
Right.
People-
Like if somebody's like annoying them, that they're gonna say something, or like.
Yeah. I that's something that I really worked on this last year, too. It's like, everyone's capable of saying what they feel. And if they're not going to, like, I don't need to, like, dig out.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I think I've gotten better at in the, like, end part of this year, but I want to keep that going in the new year. Those are probably my top 2. I can't really think of anything else. What about you?
To make art consistently,
Okay.
which is, like, I feel like there's so many, like, mini goals for me underneath that, because I want to write music, I want to, I want to make YouTube videos on Mindfully Climbing and my own account. I want to, like, create, like, paintings or drawings, like physical art. And then my other goal, I feel like I have a lot. My other big goal is to minimize or reduce my ADHD symptoms, which will help me stay consistent in other things if I can manage them better. And that will also, like, increase my mental health. And then I think because I've recently been learning that exploring new places is so important to me, to do that more often. Like driving to, like, Cuyamaca Mountain Range and, like, exploring the waterfalls there, or going to the beach to, like, tide pool, or like, I've been wanting to camp for years and years and years since I moved here, and I haven't done it. So, like, doing that consistently, even if, like, other people's schedules don't align with it.
Yeah.
Like, I would rather do it with people that I love,
Right.
but not everybody can always come. So I'm like, I hold myself back from experiences. So, yeah. Those are my 3.
Hazel, what are your New Year's resolutions? What do you want to do in the new year? Do you want to tell the camera?
I'm ready.
Let them know.
Okay. Go for a walk and play on playground. Enjoy my toys.
Mm-hmm.
And stare at the fire.
And put my camera.
Alright, thanks for watching our first video back. Like I said, if you want us to go see Taylor Swift this year, like and subscribe. And Venmo me $500.
More than that, bro. Alright.
Bye!
I say bye too.
Yep. Say bye.
Bye. Have a good day.